What's up, guys? It's Ian. Just wanted to post a video. I wanted to do it with my camera, not with my phone, because I think Instagram videos are a little too short. But I just wanted to, talk in person. Not really in person, but just talk to everybody. I guess the question is, what do you do when your life hasn't gone the way you expect? What do you do when you aren't sure about your career options or what you want to do, but you have a sense of what you like doing, right? And you have things you are interested in and the things you care about, but you have no idea how to get paid to do any of those things. I know there's going to be a lot of other noises going on and stuff, a lot of ambient noise and music and stuff, but it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just, I think I'm at this weird point in my life, which I guess is good. I kind of went through a really dark period, and now I'm kind of coming out of it. And, so now I'm choosing to live, choosing to exist in the world, but, just not sure exactly what to dedicate my time to, even though I have a pretty good sense and I have the things I want to do and the things I care about. The question is more just, can I do those things and not be destitute? I think that's the question. But I know a lot of people are struggling right now, and that's okay. And it's okay if I'm struggling, and it's okay if other people are thriving. I want people to thrive. I want people to feel like they're thriving. I have things I definitely like, right? But I know a lot of people were born with maybe a sense of this is what I want to do. This is who I want to be. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a whatever, right? And a lot of us can't relate to that, and that just doesn't feel true or accurate, or doesn't fit for us. And the question is, how do we find a place in the world that works for us? I think that's the huge question. And I think even for me, even as a kid, money in and of itself never motivated me. As a kid, I didn't want to have summer jobs. I mean, I did have summer jobs, when I was a teenager and stuff. But as a kid, I really didn't want to. But having money to buy things just wasn't important to me. And I know that's probably part of that is just from a background where, my parents did buy me a lot of stuff. So a lot of things I didn't have to go out and get a job to buy for myself. But just money for the sake of money never motivated me, and it still doesn't now, right? And I've had a lot of jobs in my life, and I've worked a lot. Not so much of a career, but a career in a certain way, just a career of just being myself and doing what needed to be done and having fun and traveling and all that. But not necessarily having a career path where I can say, here are the clear-cut skills that I have, and here's what I can bring to an organization or anything like that. which is really challenging, because I'm at a stage now where I've done all these jobs that I just really, just did for survival or whatever, just to have money to pay rent and buy food and whatever. But I'm just reaching this point now where like that feels untenable for me now, and it's just not my thing anymore. And I've reached this point where like I'd almost rather just be homeless than be doing some job that I just absolutely hate doing and I don't care about at all. Which is tough. It's a tough place to be in. And so it's a challenge in and of itself. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of us just want more meaning in our life, right? Or we want to feel like we're a part of something, or feel like there's like some payoff to it. And I think a lot of people have payoff in terms of like the obvious things. Like if you have kids, then you want to be able to feed your kids and raise them the right way. So of course you're going to work or whatever to have a house or whatever you have and feed your kids and raise them and all that stuff. But I think for a lot of us who don't have kids, right, or just don't have some like easy way to give meaning to our lives, right? What do we do? What do we do in that moment? And I think for a lot of us it can get very apathetic and very, it can lead to, a depressive state, and I think that part of it's really tough. So I'm grateful for the fun things I've done in my life and all that, but I still feel like a lot of us are searching for something more, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. And I don't mean more in the sense of more money or more possessions or whatever. And if you do have more money, or your goal is more possessions, that's great. Then just do that. But for those of us for whom that's not very important, what is the more, right? And I think part of that more is like spiritual pursuits, connecting with the universe, connecting with God, or whatever word you want to use. Just trying to figure out what that thing is, or having a sense of purpose in the universe. And I can agree that, it's good to say like, okay, the meaning of life is just to live it, and the deeper, like we're all just meant to live, right? And we don't have to find ways to give more meaning or deeper meaning to our lives. We don't have to do that. We can just live life and have life be what it is. But I think for me that's not quite enough. Like I feel very deeply that I need to have, meaning and purpose and some sort of goal or goals in my life. And that's a normal thing, like to have goals and stuff. But I think especially for young men and stuff, we've, in a certain regard, we've kind of, and maybe it's not, maybe it's for anybody, but for a lot of us, just people don't need us like we used to, right? And I think we all need to be needed. And you might be needed by your girlfriend or boyfriend or spouse or something, which is great. But I still think a lot of us are drawn to maybe something a little bit more, like something that's just way out there, and just that human beings are meant for more than this. And I know there's some very, very smart people working on some very interesting things all around the world. But I think there needs to be like meaning to it. There needs to be a why, and not just a why, like a why that people can get behind. A reason, a meaning that people can, maybe a cause, but just something deeper, something more meaningful. And maybe that's the big struggle for me, is just finding that, whatever that's going to be, finding that deeper thing. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on here and just say hey to everybody, and just anyone who's struggling. And just that it's okay if you're struggling. And I'm just going to try to start making more content and not worry too much if it's deep or good or interesting, and just make stuff, and eventually, hopefully, it'll turn into stuff that people will be interested in and want to watch. So thanks. I love all you guys, and I'll catch you later.